Hello, David here, and I'm making a video today about why I switched from a SIG MPX to a JP5. So depicted in the picture there are my two MPXs, which I've been running for years in USPSA Division. And actually, the SBR there has a really cool Cerakote job by Pittsburgh Cerakote, as well as the mags. The next picture there is my JP5 that I run now. Now, this is a video of Nationals Stage 5 this year where I shot the MPX. And as you can see, first string goes well there, good transition there. And the second string is where the problems start. So you'll see I come up stock on belt to the first target. I believe these first two were A's. So I go up, transition, next target, click, nothing happens. What happened there was the firing pin spring had snapped inside the bolt carrier group, and the firing pin did not come back far enough to get inertia to go forward to hit the primer. The gun ended up ultimately basically just failing completely that stage, and it cost me a 0 out on that stage. Well, I'd like to say that's the first time that's happened. It's not. The MPX throughout the years failed in multiple USPSA matches, about 5 or 6 of them total. So after the gun failed at Nationals, I decided that it just didn't have enough reliability in order to be good enough for shooting major matches in USPSA. Throughout the years, I replaced basically everything on the gun. I got a new barrel from Inlet We Trust, new gas plugs. I replaced the Hyperfire trigger. Hyperfire is nice enough to give me another trigger. I replaced just about everything you can think of, as well as buying an entirely new backup MPX. And even the backup gun that was brand new started failing eventually as well, pretty quickly actually. And I was shooting factory ammo. I didn't tune the guns. I didn't do anything to them. They just began failing. And I did keep up with cleaning and so forth. So unfortunately, that was my experience with the MPX. And while I love them when they shoot, and by the way, they do shoot slightly softer than the JP5 when the JP5 is not tuned to the ammo, they're great guns when they work, but unfortunately that reliability factor is just not there for USPSA, at least with major matches. Now, if you're shooting locals and you're not traveling across the country, for nationals or major matches, and you don't mind if the gun malfunctions here and there and it costs you a stage, then I think the platform's fine. However, if you are shooting at a level where you're traveling and it's really important to you that the gun, functions when it needs to, I wouldn't recommend the MPX. I spent many, many years shooting the MPX. I made master with the MPX and PCC. I have an entire bin full of MPX parts and things. I have 2 MPXs, one of which is an SBR. I've basically done just about everything you can think of as far as maintenance on these guns, cleaning, parts, competing. I would say combined between those 2 guns right there, I have about 40,000 rounds. And again, my experience was the reliability wasn't there. I know that there's been some other competitors I've talked to that have had similar experience, and I've read that online as well as on Reddit. So that's been my experience. Obviously, feel free to leave some comments if you have a similar experience, or if you have any comments or anything like that. I'd be happy to, have a little forum here to talk about it. But that's my experience. And while I'm not bashing the platform by any means, I'm just basically sharing my objective experience that the reliability factor, for me at least, just isn't there for major matches. I did switch to the JP5. It's been 100% so far. And I know that it kind of has the reputation for being reliable, versus the MPX has a little bit of the opposite reputation. But again, that's just been my experience, and I hope this video helps anybody sort of choosing, platform for PCC Division, and might save you a lot of money, because throughout the years I have a lot of money and time in my MPXs. Okay, guys, thanks a lot.